Happy holidays, everybody. Oh my goodness, Cancer. Did you think I forgot about you? Karen, hey, welcome, sis. It is kind of late. It's 8:44, but I could not close this year off and leave off the last full moon in Cancer. You know, I had some priorities. Santa was in town and my sons and family. And anyway, I wanted to hop on here tonight to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful balance of 2023. And I hope that you have auspicious, safe travels as we go into the new year. So tonight is about this full moon in Cancer. So if you are Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, this is going to affect you deeper because Cancer is a water sign like Pisces and Scorpio. Also, we are sitting in the sun energy of Capricorn, Caparu. So if you are Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, so these 6 planets, we're going to be more affected. But it's always, I say this every single time, it's a beautiful pairing of earth and water. They need each other. Earth needs the water to hydrate. Water needs something to pour into in a container to be a part of, right? So here we go. We started 2023 off with a full moon. What's going on with my light? With a full moon in Cancer. And here we are closing out the year. So the full moon last year came in on January 6th at 16 degrees. This moon in Cancer during this Capricorn season is sitting at 4 degrees. You know, Capricorn is about the work of our lives, about feeling grounded and connected and taking care of business. You know, Cancerians do the same thing, but Cancer it's in its home sign. So we've got kind of like double moon kind of energy going on here because Cancer's home sign is the moon. The moon really isn't a planet, but so we're sitting in this emotion. The moon governs our emotions anyway. Cancer is a watery sign. Think of the crab. If you know any Cancerians, they can get moody. And crabs literally oftentimes retreat into their own shell. But what I love about Cancer, it's a private sign. Very, very private. You won't know very much about, oh, Karen, you're a Capricorn, Caparu, let's go. Yeah, I think you just celebrated a birthday. Capricorn is probably one of my favorite signs in the zodiac. I don't know very many Capricorns. Hey, Steve, welcome. I don't know very many Capricorns, but they're solid, the men and the women. You know, most zodiac signs, the men are kind of strange, but the women are great. The women are great and the men are strange. But Capricorn, you guys are solid. And you could feel when the Capricorn energy came in at the end of November, there was a shift. You could feel the shift of energy happening. So thank you to all my Caps out there. So Cancer is nurturing, empathy, anything that comes from the heart, anything. Our feelings get activated during a full moon anyway, but Cancer is a sign of the heart. It's a sign of the mother signs. And full moons always test our relationships because once a month, the sun is opposite the moon. So the sun is male and the moon is feminine. So they're always going to be like a push-pull. You can see it as the father and the mother coming together. So keep that in mind. It's not just men. It's just like someone having a PMS cycle or anything like that. It truly is this play of energy. The sun represents your individuality and your sense of self versus the moon. So the moon is our public display, our persona. So whatever career you're in, when you're out there in the world, oh, your birthday is, oh, it's coming up, 12/31. Okay, right on, right on. So you are right there on New Year's Eve. Wow. Talk about an amazing time to be born. Every year you get a fresh, truly a fresh start. That's so cool. That's so cool. So it's about the sun is your personality, your individuality, and then the moon is your public persona. So Cancer is a family sign. It's about home, Mother Earth, feeling at home in our own skin. So during this time, you may feel like the symbol of the crab, like retreating a little bit. I love this thought from a website called Moon Omens. If you haven't tuned into Moon Omens, they are fantastic. I paid, I think, like $8 to get my chart read for the all of 2024. I just love their work. Very, very powerful. Through the Cancer Capricorn axis, we learn to find harmony between regulating our emotions independently, taking care of ourselves in moments of emotional distress, and learning to ask for help and support. Co-regulating with others. These signs teach us to honor both our needs and our responsibilities. They help us understand our past, our roots, and where we come from. They invite us to become a parent to our inner child and build our own family. It is through the Cancer Capricorn axis that we work to build a sense of safety and security, both internal or emotional, external or material. So that says it all. So when I think of Cancer, I think of fullness. It's the home sign of this powerful moon. When you think of Cancer, I always think of something coming to fruition because, again, it's so connected to mothering and Mother Earth. Taking care of ourselves. Cancer is a quintessential sign that knows how to take care of themselves. They will retreat and put their phone on do not disturb and silence it to take care of themselves. Cancer, though, brings up our past and our childhood. So think your homeland, where you were born. Your place of living, your upbringing plays a huge part with Cancerian energy. Your childhood, your roots and ancestors, your house, your family house, the house that you grew up with. All of these come into energetic play when we're sitting on Cancer energy. It is said that we may feel a battle between the dark and the light. So where we've come from and where we have been versus where we're trying to get to. You know, depending on your childhood and how you were raised, sometimes we try to mirror that in our lives. I had an amazing childhood growing up in the Midwest, but sometimes during these times, you're trying to figure out, do I try to get back to that homeostasis of what I knew, or am I trying to form something fresh? The past is represented here tonight with this full moon in Cancer because it's in our 4th house. So by the way, we all have Cancer somewhere in our astrological chart. So it's going to affect you differently. The core placement of Cancer is at the bottom. So we're in this Cancer Capricorn axis. Cancer is on the bottom, kind of like the root. And then Capricorn is on the top, like climbing to the top of the mountain, the source. So the sun and the moon, think of silver and gold, are coming together and merging their energy. What's really happening, the big hub is that Jupiter is coming into play. Jupiter is in Taurus right now, which is great. Jupiter is stability, groundedness, security, self-reliance, or I should say Taurus, my bad. Taurus is stability, groundedness, security, luxury, self-esteem, self-reliance, and wealth. So this is considered, Jupiter is a sextile with the moon. A sextile is when things are in harmony with the planets. So the moon is giving us an opportunity to act on something. We will have many opportunities as we go through these next 2 weeks. Because remember, the full moon came in yesterday. The first 3 days are the peak of energy. So tonight, if you haven't already done so, make a prayer, make a wish, just write, just journal, do a little ritual. In this case, we want to do the ritual after tomorrow, actually, because full moon energy, it's best to do it when the energy is waning. There's no absolutes. Just follow your intuition and what you're feeling. But we will have many opportunities to stabilize our emotions, to feel abundance inside. The thing about wealth and abundance, we have to be grateful for what we already have and show the universe that we're capable of getting more. So Jupiter is trine with the sun, and the sun and the moon are opposite to each other. So it's creating this perfect triangle of energy. Sun, moon, and Jupiter. Beautiful, beautiful pairing. Jupiter is wisdom, knowledge, wealth, abundance. It's the inner guru, that trusted source, that higher self. And what's playing here also is that Sagittarius, that fiery energy, is sitting in Mars and Mercury. You know, Mars is the planet of action. It wants to take speed. Mercury is the planet of communication. And remember, we're in Mercury retrograde. And I better knock on wood because so far this Mercury energy hasn't been that intense. And I remember during the Sagittarius new moon, I talked about it because Sagittarius, that fire, is quelling that Mercurian energy to a degree. But we're still in retrograde. So again, full moon's about releasing and letting stuff go. We're at the end of the year. What do you need to let go once and for all? With Mercury in retrograde, remember, retrograde makes us take a cosmic pause, a stopping, so that we can look ahead and make sure that we're on the course in the direction that we want it. So Mercury creates all kind of confluence, particularly around technology and communication. So please mind your words a bit. Be careful of what you say. It's a very triggering, emotional time. But Mercury and Mars help us also search for meaning. Mercury just wants to help us find the truth, to get to the bottom of things. And when we think of Cancer, think of privacy, the womb, and also bringing things to light, because the watery energy refreshes and cleanses. It's almost like a rebirth, so that we can bring things to fruition and that we can let go. One of my favorite things about this time of year is our psychic powers and abilities are ramped up. Cancer is a very intuitive sign. It's got the moon energy and it's got water. So make a decision to start listening to your hunches, your gut feelings, and just play with it. Just go with it. My friend Lisa forwarded me this next piece. It's from the Female Hustlers. They're on Instagram, the Female Hustlers. And I love this. I wish I'd seen this at the beginning of the month. December. December. Declutter, detach, delete anything that devalues your life. I love that. I love that. I love that. So the number 4 is about responsibility. It's about grounding. It's about finding our roots. You know, again, Cancer rules the home. And it's a great time, like that thought said, to declutter, update your home, get rid of stuff. Do a lot of grounding and self-care. The first thing when I think of grounding in this time of the year is the ocean, a lake, a bath, a languorous shower. You have a jacuzzi, you have the luxury jacuzzi. Soak, 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 soak. It's so good. And it's a time to just give the universe all of the pain and stress we've been dealing with all year long. You know, there is help. There is help if we just ask. The angels, our guides, our spirit guides, our archangels are always ready to help us if we just ask. This is really a time to nurture your heart. This is important during this Cancer time. So meditation is a powerful time. If you say, I cannot meditate because my mind thinks too much, think of the word stillness. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Lean back and just come into complete stillness. Don't flinch a muscle. And in that mindful act of not moving one muscle, the mind follows the body. So the difference in people that have practiced meditation, the body follows the mind. So when I sit in meditation, my mind goes straight to where it should be, and then my body follows. But try that. Think of stillness. Think of just taking 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes a day just to bring yourself into stillness, okay? Take care of your mental and physical health during this time. Cancer rules the family and your roots. So this is powerful. Welcome, Intuitive Crystal. Thanks for joining. Okay. The power that's coming from this Cancer full moon is about connecting to your intuition, like I said. Trust your instincts. And remember the word ESP, extrasensory perception. you may find that your gut feelings are spot on for your next steps and the places you want to go. So it's also a time, because Cancer is a water sign, of going with the flow. So you go with the flow, as Abraham Hicks, the queen of manifestation and abundance, says, try to always stay with the current and swim down the current instead of, trying to swim against the current. And one of the ways that we can be with the flow is to get our homes in order. Again, this is like a common thread. Declutter, detach, delete anything that devalues and no longer serves your highest good. Seek satisfaction in your home space. Start with your own home. Start with your own space and go from there. So what to do? Be still enough to hear the solutions that are here with us right now. Work with the wisdom and the elements that are showing up now with your whatever assets, whatever tools you have right now. When we allow ourselves to feel the emotions of things and move through, we get relief and a deeper sense of connection to the wisdom that already lives within us. I was talking to a friend today, and he asked me if I had panic attacks, and I said, I think I've had one in my life. When I look back, and he's going through some crazy things that are truly out of his control. He said, what do I do? And I said, go with it. Accept it, because there's nothing he can do. I said, it's a shitty time right now. You're just caught up in the thick. I said, but show yourself some grace. Show yourself some grace. He said, well, I kind of did that. He goes, last night I just had some wine. I said, perfecto. Because there are times things are just crappy and there's nothing to be done but to stand and to wait and to be still. But just receive the pain of it. I said, if you cried, receive the pain of it, because sometimes things just suck and they're not good. And he's a very positive person, glass half full, all of this. Sometimes we forget that we get to get pissed. We get to feel. We're emotional people. So enough about that. We're through the halfway point of Mercury retrograde. It will go direct in January. But again, so far so good with this retrograde. The idea right now is to try to step out of self-improvement by needling yourself and looking for perfection. Practice makes progress. MC Yogi has a song, practice makes progress, not perfection, right? Tap in and check with the circular and non-linear energy, like creativity. I did a acupressure session on a dear friend last night, and his son laid back in the background and listened to my music, my voice as I started the session. And as I was about to leave, he grabbed out his painting. His dad said, wow, you really inspired him to paint. I don't take credit for it. I think it's that time of year. So get into your creative side of things. Put energy into your home environment. Beautify it, organize it, update, make plans for the future, and start to focus on the future right now. And ask yourself, what are you holding on to? And what are the things in your life that you define as safety? Oh my gosh. Hi, Lonnie, all the way from Ecuador. Welcome. Long time no see. I hope all is well. But ask yourself, what does safety mean for you? It's different for everybody. Some people is when their bodies are in good shape. Some people are when they have a certain amount of money in the bank. Some people when they're in a solid relationship. What are the things that make you feel safe? Because Cancer is about emotional security. It's about a call to action and your internal genius all the time. Be guided by your heart and brain connection at all times. Be connected. Never lose sight of those two. Make a short list of things you want to complete. Even if you don't complete it, like typically I used to needle myself and hamper myself to get things done. I had a list that I wanted to get done by the close of the year. But now I don't needle myself so much because I've learned to allow the new year to come in. I want to see what that energy is like. So I kind of follow more Kabbalic, more Hasidic calendar, and like the new year truly starts in March when spring comes. So that's why I start planning and assessing and then you're going to use January to start concretizing and planting the seeds of what you want to sprout in March. Okay? Set your intentions during this full moon phase, but do your rituals. Tomorrow, the moon starts to wane after tomorrow night. Do your rituals when things start waning, because especially when you're trying to let something go. And in closing, the Cancer full moon tells us the time has come to make a plan for the path ahead. Strategy is needed as we look to the future. Though times have been uncertain for a while this year, this full moon is a reminder that we are the ones that need to take charge and regain control of both our inner and our external focus, so we can grow in the direction that are calling to our spirits. When you walk the path of awakening, you are embodying not only Source, but the Creator that lives within you. So embrace your internal wisdom at all times, being guided from energy from within. I love you, Cancerians. I'm sorry this video is a little later than normal, but again, think water, think grounding, think stability. It's a time of wisdom, high wisdom, high intuition. Really, really take care. Stay safe, everybody. Have fun. Stay safe. Enjoy these last few days of this 2023. I look forward to seeing you all in 2024. Got a lot of exciting things coming up. But also be good to yourself. Really be good to yourself. Take some time in just to be. Alrighty, that's it for now. Nama, 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 namaste, and blessings, love, and light. I'll catch you in my next video. Good night.